Today is starting off as a really good day. Today is a big day for us. We are going to be grabbing some Korean barbecue, man. I am super excited to get Korean barbecue today because it has been minute a minute since I've had it. So we're gonna end up getting some today after the gym. We kind of fasted a little bit, not too much, just because I didn't eat as many calories as I'm used to eating. I'm typically having already a pretty big meal right before my lift, but because we're going to Korean, all you can eat Korean barbecue after this, we're just gonna save it for after. And what better way to refuel after a heavy back and a heavy shoulder day than to get some Korean barbecue and get that protein in, those good fats. I'm honestly going to be stocking up mostly on the meat just because with the carbs, I'll probably just get like one side of like each of their sides and then just mostly focus on their meat because I really want to go in. I really want to go in. It's been a minute, but I'm also not expecting to eat like the craziest amount because my stomach also shrunk after a while. I feel like I don't eat as much as I did before, even if I try to. I feel like my stomach can't handle it. So we'll see how much we can actually eat once we're there. We're hoping we can do the 3 to 4 plates that we typically do with Jasmine combined, not by myself, because by myself that would be crazy. I don't know how I would be able to fit that in, but with Jasmine we'll be able to do hopefully four plates, and we'll be good to go with a few sides. I think the thing that I'm most excited about is what are they called? They're these little potatoes that are glazed in this type of sugar, but it just tastes so good the way they make it. And then I'm also excited for one of their. It's kind of like a miso soup, but it has just way more flavor, and it has some tofu, it has some bamboo shoots in there. It's fire. It is fire, and we've been going there for such a long time. We already kind of get already have a little bit of the rundown. We don't have to really guess what we're going to be getting or anything. We already have it down. And usually the way we break it down, usually when folks go to Korean barbecue, sometimes they have a designated person that cooks the meat. You know, you have a few friends that might be a little bit on the lazier side, and you'll see that they won't be cooking the meat or helping out. So sometimes you have to kind of take charge and just cook the meat for the group, or take turns, or maybe 2 people. Sometimes you can ask the staff if they can give you like an extra pair of cooking utensils, so multiple folks can do it at the same time, cook the meat. But the way Jasmine and I break it down, whenever we go, I'm the one cooking. I just kind of let her do her own thing, and then just when everything's already, I just kind of pass it on to her. And then sometimes, because I'm a little bit shyer when it comes to talking to folks, I have her order. So she orders a lot of the time, and then I cook a lot of the time when it comes to Korean barbecue, just because it just kind of works that way. It thankfully it ended up working out that way because it's a lot easier for her to order for us, and then it's a lot easier for me to cook for us. So that way, it combines pretty well. But we already have the pre-workout in our system. We're typically just taking some creatine. We take around 10 grams is what we're taking per day. And so I know a lot of folks take 5, but honestly, I would recommend if your stomach can take it, because I know some folks get a little bit of stomach issues, but I would take 10. I feel like having 5 as the universal number for creatine is a little bit outdated. I feel like some folks need a little bit more. It also depends on like genetics, how well it gets absorbed, and you know, so many different factors. But I think if your body can handle it, I would take more than 5 grams. I would maybe start bumping it up to 7, and then going up to maybe 10 if you can. I think 10 is a safe bet. Honestly, I feel like you'll get pretty saturated, and it'll do wonders. Obviously, you're not gonna be like the next Mr. Olympia just from creatine, but adding some extra muscles for free, you know, that's always nice. That is always nice. And there's also other benefits to creatine. So, you know, I would for sure add creatine to one of my supplements if you haven't done it already. And so we usually take some creatine, and then we add the pre-workout mix. We've kind of gone through a lot actually. We've tried so many different types of pre-workouts, from really high doses of caffeine to some a little bit more moderate. Honestly, when it comes to taking some that are really high in caffeine, sometimes what can happen is I can get a big old headache, and then I'm not having the best time at the gym. So just be careful when you're taking too much caffeine. Sometimes it can give you a little bit of a headache. Or sometimes if you need so much caffeine, maybe take a little bit of a break. That way you can go back to taking some, I would say, more normal doses than going a little bit too buck wild with like 600 milligrams per session or something like that. And I know some folks they do coffee in the morning. So imagine coffee in the morning plus like 600 milligrams of caffeine, and then like whatever other energy drink they may be taking throughout the day that's 0 calories or whatever it might be. That can add up for sure. So sometimes I feel like once in a while we can take a little bit of a break. Here and there I also take pre-workout breaks, even though I kind of toned it down a little bit on the pre-workouts that I've been taking. It hasn't been pre-workouts that are like super high in caffeine or anything. It's been more moderate, so I think it's around like the 350 to 400 range, which is not too bad. It's a little bit on the higher side, but it's not too crazy. It is not too crazy. And then typically I have some instant coffee in the morning. That's kind of been the move recently. I've been doing I got some rice cakes. I have some chocolate ones, and I got some caramel ones from Safeway when I went to go pick up. And I've been having those in the morning with my coffee, and it's been fire. I have usually 2 to 3 of them, and that's honestly just enough. It really holds me through until I have my actual breakfast. And so I'm typically having that maybe like around 9, the coffee and the Quakers, or maybe around 8:30 a.m. And then after that I move over to either some overnight oats that I made, or I've been sticking to some mango cups and some fruit cups and some oikos. You know, I feel like oikos are gonna be part of my diet until further notice. Because oikos are just amazing. They taste so good. I mix them with everything, cereal, whatever snack I want to mix into it. It's awesome. Sometimes I like to mix some Jello. So what I do is, last time I made this kind of peanut butter concoction. So the way it was some PB Fit, I think it's what it's called, the chocolate peanut butter one. And I mixed 2 servings of that with 3 oikos, and then I did some like 10 grams of sugar-free Jello, which I think it's about a serving of the family size one. And then I crushed a Quaker rice cracker on top, and then I sprinkled in like a serving, I think it's like 14 grams of some Nestle chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, not fully sweet, so that way it's a little bit lower on sugar. Chef's kiss. It was fire. And I had that after my morning coffee, so it hit. I honestly, I think gaining is not too bad, honestly. It's been, now that I have a little bit few tips and tricks, it's been nice. I can actually like cook more. I feel like it helps me stay more creative, and so that way I can cook a little bit more and I don't eat out. I feel like when I start bulking and when it kind of derails a little bit, I start eating out too often, and that is not good. It is not good. Plus, you know, you end up wasting a bunch of money, and then also you don't really know what the macros for everything. I mean, you can kind of calculate it, but realistically, you know, you're gonna be off. You can't really like expect to be super accurate or even like super remotely accurate if you're not actually weighing something. You know, can't really eyeball something um, to a specific T. It's really hard. Mostly when it comes to food, because there's so many things that go into food that you don't know about, like more oil. Let's say, for example, the chef dumped some oil on the pan or whatever by accident. It greased up your thing or whatever. Maybe they tapped it with some napkins to take off some excess oil, but there's still a little bit more oil than usual, right? You're not taking into account that extra calorie. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're not cooking it yourself, then it can get tricky to eyeball. But what's nice is that sometimes you can go to restaurants that already have a nutrition labels for their food. Like a spot that we like to go to pretty often is Cheesecake Factory, because they have the Skinnylicious menu, and they have a bunch of options. Last time I got one of their pastas, fire, and I think the calories were only, last time I checked, I think it was like 590 calories for like this fire pasta, man. It was so good. I think next time I'll probably grab some of that, and then maybe like an appetizer, and that would be pretty good. Usually when I would go to Cheesecake Factory, we would be getting their wings, their pizza, and then we would do an entree, which would be like a mac and cheeseburger or something. That's when we're dirty bulking, but we're not gonna be doing that. All right, I'm already feeling a little bit of that beta alanine kicking in. It's usually when I start getting a little bit of anxiety, I start to know it's kicking in. I had a little bit of an accent earlier today, so I was taking the pre-workout in a coffee cup, and I think I was just drinking it too fast, that it kind of just started smearing on the side of my mouth, and it just spilled all over my shirt. Luckily, it didn't get on my mic, but this one time I had this like little white smudge here, and it was dried up what's it called, pre-workout, because it kind of happens too often where I'm making a mess. I need to be more careful. I feel like I'd be so impatient when it comes to food sometimes that I just taking it in. Anyways, we're going to be doing some back today. We're going to be doing some shoulders. We're going to be doing some pull downs today. So I think we have like 3 machines that we can use for pull down. So we'll see what's available. Hopefully we get the one we like to use. If not, we'll see what's available. And then we're gonna do some rows. We're going to do some upper chest rows, and then some upper back rows, and some lower back rows as well. That way we can work on the full back. And then, you know, with our shoulder routine, it's pretty simple for shoulders. I think what I'm gonna start doing is just incorporating a little bit more of front delt work. Just some cable lateral raises, nothing too crazy. Obviously I'm gonna be going hard regardless, but maybe I'll just add like 2 sets or something like that, nothing too crazy. Because I for the most part, what really makes your shoulders look pretty crazy are those side delts and your rear delts. You're already kind of working on your front delts from other exercises, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to work on your front delt. I would still work on it, and you can just kind of add a few sets per week to just add a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and let's switch over now to the first clip. Let's see what we end up grabbing. So this isn't too lopsided, and it's fine. Okay, we did 2 warm-ups. Our top set is going to be, I think, 205. And I think that should be pretty good. We're gonna use these bad boys, which have been our trusty sidekicks for the past back days that we've had and for hamstring days. So these have been awesome. So we're gonna use these right now. I think we're gonna use a belt so we can get a little bit more a little bit more stability. But we're gonna try to get at least a solid, hopefully 6 to 8 is what I'm hoping for. We'll see. Let's put a song. Okay, let's go ahead and let's drop set that. So from 205, we're just gonna drop that to 195. And here do for maybe 2 or 3 more. We'll see. That's pretty good. I'll do 2 more just like that. I think on this next one, I'm gonna drop down just a tiny bit and go from the initial 205 to maybe 190. And I think that should be pretty good. Let's take off the shirt now though, because it's getting kind of hot. Man, I'm really feeling the lack of calories right now from I'm almost gonna call it fasting because that food just kind of went through. So we're gonna do this one for we're gonna do 190 for hopefully a solid 7 to 9, maybe 7 to 10. We'll see how many we get. We want to make sure that I'm pushing down with my elbow and not my forearm or biceps or anything like that. I'm just pushing down with my elbow so that way I can get the most lat activation and the most tension on my lat. So that's basically what we're aiming for. And also taking it through the full range of motion. I think that's the most important part. Let's fix our stuff. Look at this. All right, let's do it. Okay, we're gonna drop set this. We're gonna hit it for maybe, I'm hoping, another 4 to 5 on this next one. So I'm gonna drop down to maybe 180 and try to hit it for that. Or I pause. I'm thinking for this one I might pause actually and stay at 190 and try to hit it for another solid 3 to 4. I'm gonna take another quick, maybe 5-10 second break while we put this on. All right, let's do it. These aren't the best, by the way, for this. So I think I'm gonna, on the last one, we're gonna switch over to the other wraps because I don't know when this thing is made out of rubber or it's too thick. It has a hard time like staying, and then I'm also sweating, so it makes it even worse. So I don't recommend these specific ones for this. So let's hit it. Might as well just grab it regular, honestly. All right, let's do one more, and let's switch these wraps. I wish I wish these things were just like maybe 2 inches longer. That'd be awesome, man. I'll get a better loop, and it just will work out so much better. I think, man. All I'm thinking about right now is that Korean barbecue we're about to get after this. It's gonna be fire. I'm pretty excited. I haven't had Korean barbecue in such a long time. It's also nice that it's the weekend and it's not that busy at the gym right now. Man, that was uh that was a tough one. I think on this last one for sure we're gonna do 180 and then just stick to that for that last one. After this, I'm thinking we're gonna go grab a cable and do some type of cross body pull so we can work a little bit more on our lats. And then let's see what rope becomes available. What do you look? Get a little bit closer. All right, I'm gonna just get a little bit closer for this last one. Let's uh let's switch over to these reps here because it's a lot easier. 185. Let's do that because with this we get such a better grip. We should be able to be better with this. At least get like two to at least two more. I think should be good. Let's do it. I've also been on a bit of a Don Oliver kind of wave because his music's been hating for the gym right now, especially no pole. It's been fire. Okay. Very good. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. This time around, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one. Last time I ended up using the one right next to me, but because I didn't have any support, it kind of kept pulling me, and so it was really hard to kind of keep stable. I feel like I was paying more attention to me kind of stabilizing more than I was pulling with my lats. So just to kind of mitigate some of that, what we're gonna do is just use this bench right here, put our knee towards it, and then just kind of stabilize as much as we can. I think we should be pretty good. Let's put these on real quick and let's do it. We're gonna sit here for 2 sets, and then we're gonna move over to some type of row. We'll see. That's if I even remember how to put these things on, man. I wish they had like a little thing that says left or right on them. I have to kind of like trial run them each time I put them on. There it goes. Let's do it. Let's start off with our left, or actually, let's start off with our right. I think that should be good. Okay, man, that was hella hard, but let's match the same reps for this left side. That was pretty good, man. This was so much better though. I think if you're gonna do some of these cross bodies, what I would do is try to get one of these benches, or at least have some type of bench or something to just stabilize you, just because it's a lot easier rather than having to make it harder for yourself. Okay, enough resting. Let's match the left side. Nice. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's drop down a little bit. I'm thinking drop down to 65 and do that for maybe 8 to 10 reps. Let's take like a 2 minute break. Okay, let's finish this up. I'm already feeling a crazy back pump, and we haven't even done rows yet. So we're gonna move down to 65 and try to hit that for maybe 8 to 10. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we're gonna start off with our left. No, not our left. What am I saying? I said my left, and then I went with my right side. But we're gonna start off with our right, and then move on to our left. We're getting closer and closer to Korean barbecue. That's our end goal for today. Getting stuffed with some Korean barbecue. Okay, let's uh let's repeat that on our left side now. Let's take a quick 30-second break because man, oh, almost had machine stars. All right. How's that? I need to catch my breath, but
Oh my god. That was exactly what we wanted. Let's let's move over to some rows now. Okay. Let's move on to our, I'm gonna keep calling it our second exercise because I kind of just group in lats to everything, even if I'm doing pull-ups, even if I'm doing like cross-body lat pulls. I kind of just group it together and just create it like into one. I'm almost call it a muscle group, so I'm gonna almost say that lats is a separate muscle group that we do outside of our regular back exercises. So we're probably gonna hit just 2 sets of each, 2 sets of upper back, and then 2 sets of lower back, and I think just take all 4 sets to failure, and I think that should be pretty good. We're gonna keep our shoes off for this one, or for these four, just because if I feel the platform, I get a better mind muscle connection, and I just kind of like it that way. And these are super easy to take off. Sometimes I'm wearing like Converse, and they're like up here, right? Hella hard to take off and then put back on. So it's just these work out. Nah, let's move down real quick. That's good. One more just like that. Thankfully, we ended up getting here before it got a little bit here, but before it we found like a bunch of traffic. So it's good that we got here a little bit earlier. Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna keep talking about it throughout this whole session. Then, man, I can't wait for that Korean barbecue. I can already taste the soup that I've been missing. It's just I love miso soup, and they have some of the best miso soup I've ever had, and it's literally super close to the gym. So we might not even walk. We might walk over there, or we might drive. We'll see. It's hella close. I'm telling you guys. Okay, let's do let's do 130. See how that feels. I I think I just need a brace better or something, but as opposed to the other machine that we use that's more that kind of already has your chest supported, with that one I don't feel any lower back pain like at all, and I get like the craziest stretch, right? But with this one I feel like because it doesn't have that chest support, I can it's probably my lower back kind of coming in to stabilize me a little bit more, and that's why my lower back hurts a little bit more than I would like. But uh we're gonna keep going and we should be good. I'll if it obviously if it hurts too crazy, we'll stop. But it's just like the tiniest bit sore. Oh man. Let's get this goes. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's let's switch the handle now. Oh my god. That's these always these always take my breath away, man. Oh, all right. Let's switch the handle and let's work on our lower back now. We're almost done. We're almost there. We're uh we're pretty much halfway through. Jasmine gets out of work maybe in hour and a half, and then it's go time, man. I'm gonna take a picture outside of the Korean barbecue spot. Let's see. Okay. I've been I've been a big fan of this attachment right here. It's been pretty good. I get a pretty good grasp, and I get the craziest stretch, and then I just bring that bad boy in with my elbows. I get the craziest squeeze on my lower back. Fire. So we're probably gonna be sticking to this probably throughout our throughout our workout. So let's see how this goes. We're gonna stay here for 2 sets, and then we're gonna move over to some shoulder work. I've been even too lazy to go drink some water, man. I just want to get this over with already. Oh, I picked this up because these be leak. They leak a bunch. Sometimes they would leak into my old gym bag, and I learned my lesson then. I stopped putting them in there. All right, let's do it. I think we're gonna try. We're gonna try 120. See how that feels. We're gonna take off our shoes for this too. Okay, let's do. Oh, oh my, just like that. Ah, today's a day. It feels really good, but it's been a pretty tiring day. It seems like some folks though like the McDonald's video where they got to see me eat some McDonald's. Yeah, there's one of my most viewed videos right now. Even though I don't get like the craziest amount of views or anything, you know, but it seems like people uh like me eating that McDonald's. So I'm gonna do this one for one more. Hopefully hit it from anywhere from 6 to 8. I think we're gonna move down just a tiny bit. We were doing what were we doing? We're doing 120. I think we're gonna move over to 110 and hit that, and that should be pretty good. Because that 120 felt hella hard. How about we get a bit of a front view actually? Because I always give you guys a back view. All right, let's let's move over to some shoulder now. Let's see what we can grab. My lower back is already feeling pretty cooked. I'm gonna be honest, man. Ah, all right, fuck it. Let's add like 3 more. Quick little pause set, right? Nothing crazy. That's not gonna that's not gonna affect us that much. That's pretty good. Let's let's back up. And let's go move on and do some shoulder work. Let's go ahead and do this first set of lateral raises. I think in between that, what we're gonna do, I might or might not record it. I might just do something for our front delts. We'll see if I end up doing that. But for now, let's work on our lateral raises and try to get at least, I don't know, a solid 7 to 8. I'm gonna try to hit it for maybe 45 and see, or 40, one of them. 30. The only thing that sometimes sucks about some of these is that they're a little bit more run down, so you can't even tell what the weight is, and you kind of have to count it each one. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right, let's see how 40 feels, and then if not, we'll move down. We'll move up. Sorry, not the one. All right, let's start with our left, and then my two. Nice. Okay. We ended up getting 7. Let's get 7 on our right. That felt pretty good. I'm gonna take a quick break though, because if I'm gonna take a break, then it'll be really hard to get the same amount of reps on my right side. So I'm gonna take maybe like a 10, 15 and then hit it. All right, let's go. I feel pretty tired. All right. I think we're gonna do 4 sets. 4 sets should be pretty good. And then maybe if we do any fun races, we'll do maybe 2, 3 sets, like I mentioned, and that should be pretty good. All right, let me pause this while we do that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just do 3 sets of front raises because man, that was already Taking off my breath away, man. I'm already pretty tired, but let's do the second set and let's just try to match it. I think we're gonna second question. I'm at 45, 35. Maybe we'll do 37.5 and I think I'll be pretty good. I'm gonna grab a little weight here from the squat racks and then just add it on here. I'll show you guys how I do it. So a lot of people don't utilize it, but all you gotta do is literally just put something through the pin, add a little bit more weight. All right, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. All right, 37.5. Let's start with our left and then mat. Good job, bro. What kind of sucks about this specific cable machine is that the weights get stuck to it. And so I'm trying to do 37.5, and next thing you know, I'm doing 47.5 out of nowhere because it got stuck to the machine or it got stuck to the other weight. So it's a bit of a hassle. Halfway through, I felt the 57.5 out of nowhere, and I was like, holy shit. But I guess that's what they mean by confuse the muscle or shot the muscle, right? All right, let's match it. I think we got 6 or 7. Let's get 6 or 7 on this right side, and then for sure we're gonna move down to 235 after. Oh yeah, that is. And I also noticed that this thing was like moving up and down. Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's uh let's for sure drop down a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do our last exercise. We are so close to that Korean barbecue. We are I'm itching for it honestly. So I think we're gonna end up doing single arm so we can kind of get a really good contraction. And so I don't have to do it both at the same time and then one of them does more work than the other. Just to avoid any muscle imbalances. But we're gonna go a little bit heavier. We're gonna start off with our left. and then match our right with our left side. Let's see how it goes. Nice. Okay, we got 8. Let's get 8 on the right side now. I'm thinking I want to take a quick little break, maybe like a 10-15 second break, but if I'm a little lazy and I want to get it over with already, so we're just gonna go straight into it. Let's see how it goes. Hold on. Are you guys using this one? Let me move it out of your way. No, no, no. Sorry about that. I don't want it to be in your way. No, no. Sorry about that. Okay. Hmm. Um. Uh, okay. That was good. I think we're gonna do 2 more just like that. On the next one, I think I'm gonna just go down a little bit. We started off with 100, and I think we got 5. No, I think we got 6 to 8 for sure. I don't quite remember. I have to look back at the video, but I think for this next one, I'm gonna do 85 and then try to hit it for at least a solid. I'm hoping 8 to 10, 8 to 10, but we shall see. And I always say we shall see because I feel like sometimes I overestimate my strength and then sometimes I underestimate it. Just never know. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get 10. I end up getting 5 or like 6, and then I'm like, damn, okay. Then I got like pause it, so we're gonna see what we do on this next one. I think 85 should be a good one to do at least a solid 10 to at least a solid 10. And we're gonna start with our left and then just match that. Oh, ya, ya se quebró, mejor dicho. Okay, we barely got 10. So that's good. We I did expect that anywhere from 10 to 12. So luckily we didn't get just 6. So that's already a good sign. All right, I'm gonna take a quick 10-second break and then I'm gonna start my right side. If I don't do that, I won't be able to get the same amount of reps. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, so okay. Let me switch this. Okay, I think we are gonna do 2 more. On this next one, what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do single arm still, and on the last one, just to kind of get it done faster, I'll do both hands at the same time, and I think that should be pretty good. Oh man, we still gotta do like at least 10 minutes of cardio, at least 10, 15. So we still got a long ways to go. Man, thankfully it's Saturday though. At least we don't have to go to work the next day, which is nice. All right, let's start off this next one. I think I'm gonna move down just a tiny bit. Nothing too crazy. So from 85 to 80. We're still starting off with our left hand though. Let's get something on this side. One more. One more. I need I need to start bringing my water bottle. I get too lazy to walk over to the water fountain sometimes, and I be hella thirsty. So I need to bring that little jug. I used to bring it back maybe like a few months back, but then I got super lazy, and then I stopped carrying it, and then because I was already carrying so many things in my bag, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to. I don't want to carry another thing, and they have a water fountain at the gym. Why not just drink water here? But then I don't know. I just won't bring it. I'll just drink water here. But then I started getting lazy here. So I think it's just my problem, honestly. I just need to stop being lazy. This is the last one. We are gonna do. I think I'm thinking maybe since we're doing it two at the same time, it's a little bit harder. I'm gonna say we'll do 75. 75 should be solid. And then we do the pose down, and we're finally done. Okay, we didn't lose our magnet, but you guys probably heard a bunch of noise on the last one because uh, uh, my little mic was bouncing all over this. But let's do the pump check. Let's go do some cardio and go home. I'm already pretty tired. We're done. Okay. Look at what kind of damage we did. Oh, on. I always get out of balance. Okay, we are finally done. Let's go get some Korean barbecue finally. Oh my god, we've been we haven't eaten anything all day, so I'm starving. And what better way to end it than with some Korean barbecue after a nice back day and a nice back and shoulder day. So we're probably gonna end up maybe going home and then driving back, even though it's the Korean barbecue place is a little bit close by. I think just so we can take one car. Just it just makes more sense that way than to, I don't know, than to drive separately with Jasmine. So we'll probably just do that. But I'm so excited. I'll show you guys a picture of the Korean barbecue here so you guys can see it. So here's one picture, here's another one, and maybe I'll put another one right here. We'll see, but I'll put some pictures here so you guys can see it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the back real quick, and then we'll head over. Okay, let's go do some cardio and go home.